Hello, dear friends. My name is Kathleen Whitehead. I normally channel a group called the Aspects of Love, but recently I have been asked to channel members of that group as representatives of their own culture and planetary system. And tonight we will welcome back the Arcturians and continue with that discussion. I myself am in a learning place at this point. I always have to build up my confidence again. So that's where I am. I will start out with a prayer and a welcome to my friend Cheryl, who is helping me with this new process by being willing to be one of the first to experience it. And I have deep gratitude for Cheryl and for the Arcturians and any other beings who happen to come forward. Dearest divine universe, thank you for this opportunity to do this work. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for allowing me, and thank you for helping me. I am here to open myself up to the Arcturian contingent of the aspects of love so that they might share their information about their planet and their beingness. I give deep gratitude to the universe, to my friend Cheryl, to the Arcturians, and to all who will be here. I am your humble servant. I ask that my ego, which tends to tell me I'm not doing things correctly, step aside and let me just let it flow. I ask my ego to just be as curious as everyone else. I will begin with light language to help me gather into the spiritual place. I invite the Arcturians to come in with their own light language. Tanya na na ate eniata da sekete itiata ba ha ya na pa ete ta ta manakete. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to be with you, to assist you in this journey, in this newness, which is actually not new to you. But thank you for allowing us to be here. We are Arcturians. We come from the planetary system that is called Arcturus, which is not in your neighborhood. We have shared some information on previous visits, but we are open to share with you who we are as your curiosity arises. We invite you to use your imagination in the questions, because that will lead you to new discoveries of new cultures. We welcome you to be here. We are a technologically advanced system, culture. We employ technology to help us in our daily ascension, in our daily growth, and your planet is involved in a major endeavor that is meant to open you up to newer levels of ascension. So we invite you now to ask questions if you would like, and we will answer as appropriate for your understanding. Thank you. You may begin with a question.
So I have a question. I'm making sure, can you hear me?
Yes.
So
Question to start out with. Thank you.
I always make sure we get technical difficulties. You mentioned that you come from somewhere at the Arcturius, which is very far away. So my question is, are you communicating through Kathleen from that faraway place or not? And if you are, how can you, we have this thing called a light year, that everything takes a light year. And if you're more than light years away, you can begin a communication, let's say a light year away. And the fastest we know is to go this with the speed of light. It would take a year for that communication to get to us. So that's my understanding. So can you explain to me how you are communicating pretty much instantaneously, even if you're from far away?
You have earthly measurements that are there to help you figure out times of travel and distance from your perspective. But we communicate via frequency and energy, and your measurements do not apply. We are from our planet, not restricted to being on the planet in the way that you are currently restricted within the boundaries of your travel ability. But we do not find it necessary to physically travel in order to communicate, because we communicate instantaneously through our technology that includes telepathy and other means of communication that travel via the oneness that we are. And we have advanced to the point that we are able to take advantage of that oneness in order to communicate. And our channel, our dear Kathleen, feels the energies that are here. So from her perspective, she feels that they are right here, they being us. But from our perspective, our communication is everywhere, channeled through through the energies that we wish to connect with our channel. We employ energies through her physical body system that connect us, but where we physically and our physicality is not quite the same as yours,
Mhm.
but through the means of communication, it is not necessary to travel long
Mhm.
distances. Does this help you understand?
It's helping some, because I think what I'm hearing is we have our three-dimensional world and our laws of physics, and we have the speed of light, and those are all co- physics concepts in our reality. And I think I'm understanding, like, you're outside of, the 3D reality that exists on Earth, and all the calculations we do are part of the Earth and the Earth understanding of reality in the universe. But there are things outside of it that we don't understand and don't experience, and that's where this, the fact that you can communicate simultaneously anywhere in our quote unquote universe. So I think I get it. I really do, and I thank you.
That was an excellent way of defining what we have shared. Um, you talk about the speed of light,
Mhm.
and light is many, many layers of spectrums, we will say.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you base your measurement on what you have observed
Right.
is only part of the picture. So,
Okay.
but you are perfectly where you are meant to be, as
Mhm.
we each and all are, but we are not all in the same um, trajectory. We
Mhm.
have some rules that um, we cannot discuss because our channel does not have the language, the
Mhm.
specific language to really explain other than this rudimentary way. So,
Okay.
but we ask you as a scientist yourself, to expand your imagination and try to think in your mind, if this rule were expanded, what would it look like?
Mhm.
If if this thing that we have accepted as stable was not stable and movable and changeable, what would it look like?
Mhm.
This will be something that your scientific mind would enjoy.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you suggesting those things, that I take time out to do, like you said, the imaginings, because I certainly have a strong background in physics, our biology, our chemistry, the way our scientists see and describe, observe, and put math and theories into our world. So thank you for suggesting that for me. I really do appreciate it.
It is our honor. We are here to converse with you and help you understand us, as we have had the benefit of observing your planet for a while. We do not intervene unless it
Hmm.
is a um, an action that will affect greater than your Earth, but we don't mess in your science, other than we have been known to plant seeds of understanding of the imaginations, we will say, that
Oh,
those uh, scientists who are playing in the
mhm,
field of imagination, we can share, but we do not demand.
mhm,
We do not give the whole picture.
mhm,
We follow the rules of your planet, which is a free will planet.
mhm.
Does that suffice for the information for that particular subject, or would you like to ask further?
Well, it was interesting when you talked about the planting of the seeds, and through our history, we have what we believed were geniuses that somehow, and it's Leonardo da Vinci, Aristotle, Einstein. I'm just going to name three of them. So when you plant those seeds, there are those down here who believe that these individuals were inspired in their dreams. Is that how is that one way you plant seeds?
Inspired is a good word. We though you know that those people that you mentioned and many others, they are the ones who push the imagination,
Mm-hmm,
push the theories, and ask those questions of what if, or that sounds like an interesting road to go down, or you might call it rabbit hole
yeah.
to go down, to discover. And you know, you you expand on those by pushing your own imagination, and
Mhm,
those who have discovered, created,
mhm,
imagined, whatever way you want to look at it, who have seen these things, have
mhm,
just pushed their boundaries of what they believe can happen in order to create or discover or invent or apply something. You have to believe that it is possible. So
mhm,
you will call those people uh, believers
mhm,
who are not subjected to rules about their beliefs. If you understand what we mean,
mhm, mhm,
they they're pushing the boundaries of rules and asking many times over, what if, and we might say that each person there, each individual, because of course we're all one, but each individual has the capacity to do this, but they're
mhm,
only limited by their beliefs about their own boundaries. It is not possible to travel faster than the speed of light. Well,
mhm,
what if? What if?
mhm,
Uh, it, so are the seeds of invention are really open to many others, but only
mhm,
the believers in limitless possibilities.
mhm,
If you only believe that the possibilities are within this box, that is
mhm.
where you will stay, that is where you will dream, that is where you will be open in your imagination.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Again, it is our honor. Do you have another question?
Well, I have one more only because it was so interestingly coincidental. Um, when I was a child at our farmhouse, I once saw what is called ball lightning. And I don't remember if there was a thunderstorm or not. Scientists believe it's associated usually with a thunderstorm. But what I saw was this ball come out of a chandelier that was electrical but had been disconnected. Just kind of fall down, semi-float, fall down, hit the floor, which happened to have a dustpan underneath it, and disappear. Well, an acquaintance of mine yesterday asked me, have you ever seen something like this? And she described a ball of light during a thunderstorm that came through her side window over her, because she was sitting in a bed that was right along the wall. This lightning, this ball or whatever it was, came across her room, and she happened to have a paper shredder that it hit, and she thought it was going to start it on fire, and it disappeared. And what I said to her, so she asked me what it was, and I gave her the scientific explanation. I said, but however, I said, that's what we think it is. We don't, and I said to her that I said, I can't really say for sure that's what it was. And the other thing I said to her, that is the only other person in my whole life that ever saw ball lightning. So it's such a coincidence. And I want to ask you what that phenomenon was, what I saw. Could it be more than just our scientific explanation?
We would like to share a coincidence.
Okay.
Our channel remembers a story told by her father of the exact same thing,
Wow.
of a ball of light that came in through a window, traveled across the floor, and then disappeared. And of course, if it was lightning, if it was the electrical charge of lightning, there would have been more than the seemingly innocuous
Mm-hmm.
Travis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the we are going to call this a ball of imagination.
Okay.
So let us say that those people who've seen this
Mm-hmm.
uh, were meant to look and ask, what was that? And to
Mm-hmm.
remember it and to communicate it. Uh, our channel believes that she remembers because of this particular interaction
Mm-hmm.
was meant to come. And
Mm-hmm.
because that is one of the things that she does remember from her childhood of that story. Now, what is it? It is something that does have light.
Mm-hmm.
It is not lightning because it does not um, obey the rules that you have defined as defining lightning.
Mm-hmm.
But it is light, and it is a beingness that comes
Mm.
through. And it's a momentary visitation of a beingness that is light like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really it's kind of like a fairy in a way who flips
Mm-hmm.
through, and it causes you to think, what did I just see? What did I just see?
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up questions. Now, there you might recognize that at this time on your planet, with so many changes, there will be more and more people, more and more witnessing of oddities, we will call them, because that's not the only oddity that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we suggest that you keep yourself in the highest attitude,
Mm-hmm.
because there's all manner of happenings. There's there are happenings that are created from the chaos, the contrast that that is in
Mm-hmm.
your planet at this time. So you might see them as like surprises or um, shadows or something like that, but just make sure that you recognize when how that feels. Does it feel like, oh, that's an interesting thing, or does that feel like, oh, that's kind of a scary thing, or that's kind of a concerning thing, or a negative thing, or a joyful thing, or a beautiful thing, or something like that. So be aware and
Mm-hmm.
only allow into your imagination those things that you wish to grow the creation of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have if you give your attention to something that has been created by the chaos that is resident on your planet at this moment, all needed, all helpful in the processes you're going through, but you do not wish to play in that field
Mm-hmm.
along, because you have other things and better things and more joyful things to think about and experience. So just discern how it feels when you experience a surprise, we will call it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome. Do you have other questions?
Just one more, and then I think we've talked enough. I feel like this is such a new and original thing. I don't want to tax any of us, but it's just wonderful. This is great. You're Arcturians, and at least originally you were from a planet, and outside the Earth physical reality, you have the capability to be anywhere and everywhere and communicate anywhere and everywhere. Are there other beings that basically originated from other planets and evolved like you? Like, is there many of you? Like, if I call you all different species, I mean, like we use them on the Earth.
That is a good enough word for now. We would kind of prefer the word culture.
Okay.
But there are many different planets, many different planets, planetary systems that have many different experiences that
Okay.
are different from your experience. There are some that are similar, but there are many more that have different varieties of advancement, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But each planet has a way that it has chosen to advance.
Okay.
Uh, Our planet has chosen to advance through technology, and so we employ the technology. There are other planets that might be have a completely different theme. Your planet is a planet. All planets are planets of love. That is the source.
Yes.
We, your planet is developing love and compassion for each
Okay.
other and harmony, and learning in that way from more of an emotional
Okay.
standpoint, but advancing just the same. Your planet is ascending, fully embodied. So your physical body is
Mm.
changing along with the energies that you're employing to learn and grow. other planets, they just have so very many different varieties of experiences. But yes, there are other beings that have the ability to communicate in this way. As our channel progresses, she will contact other beings. She has chosen us because
Hmm.
she has an affinity for us. We chose her because we have an affinity for her. We also communicate through other beings on your planet, but each one you might notice has a little different style and purpose.
Hmm.
So uh, just enjoy learning as much about any of those different, you call them species, we call them cultures. You, but discern in the same way when you are listening to any channel, discern, does this feel right and true? And if it does not, it may be true for others, but not for you. You are an individual experience. You are
Hmm.
more than one, but you're in an individual experience. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you very much. And that's all the questions I have for this session. And I so appreciate you coming. It's different. It's an expansion of what I have been involved with in the past. And it just reminds me that all of us are on some sort of growth path. We're on some sort of journey. And these new additions has sort of breathed new life into what Kathleen and I and the others in our earthly group that have worked with her have done. So thank you very much.
It is our honor and our pleasure and our purpose to help you and all others as part of us expand and grow and be joyful. We will leave you now with a bit more of our language, our energy, which we project from our heart. It is not like your pumping heart, but our center of love to your center of love. And we will chat again sometime. Se ete tianana yatatai pete eke te ata.